Right, let's do question seven. So, question seven again takes the same format that I use here. I mean, all we're talking about is variable overheads, but this is very much linked to labor. So, exactly the same approach. We know that we should be spending, we have a standard rate of £5 an hour, and we should be spending 13 hours of direct labor. So, our variable overhead is based on direct labor. So therefore, to make 2,200 units, we should be having or spending, so to speak, 28, well, that's 13 times 2,200 units, and that comes out at 28,600 hours. So those are the total number of hours we expect to bill or kind of attach our overheads um, to 28,600. So what actually happens? Well, what actually happens is that you do 28,480. So that's actually less. So that's favorable. So we have a favorable usage. I mean, this is usage now that we're interested in. This question is asking about the efficiency or usage variance. We have a 120 hour favorable variance. This is exactly what it would have been for labor in reality in labor, but would instead of in labor would have been using the actual labor rate. But here we're talking about variable overhead, which is based on labor. Exactly the same principle. So we have 120 here. So if again this is actual quantity, standard quantity, standard quantity. So what we now have here is of course the £5 times the 120. I mean this is favorable. We've used less than we should, which comes out at £600 favorable. Right? So that's what's going on over there. That's what's going on over there. Yeah, so that's question seven. Just to highlight a few things again, remember that this is a red herring. This is irrelevant. We're looking at inputs. Our focus is on inputs, right? If we're talking about sales, then this becomes relevant, but we're talking about inputs and we're talking about what's happening in the factory. We cannot blame the people in the factory for this 2000 initial budget. This was marketing going out there and telling us what they could do. So we can look at that when we look at actual marketing and when we look at sales.